Then, because it's free and cheap, it can be accessed almost from everywhere, at any time, and using different devices, which is also a great advantage. And the third reason is, can you guess what the third reason is? Yes? Yeah, I know. Okay. So, the third reason is that we are all addicted to using Facebook, both as teachers and students, which is also a great advantage. Research has shown that both teachers and students use Facebook for a very long time, but for not pedagogical purposes. Okay? Students are reported to use Facebook mostly to keep up with their friends and make new ones or contact their family members. And they also use it to display their identities through sharing their own pictures, hobbies, books, etc. Teachers are reported to use Facebook mostly to keep up with their friends, okay, and to communicate with their families. Okay. Very few teachers use Facebook for academic purposes. Maybe nowadays we are all involved in using Facebook as a means for professional development, for exchanging the best practices, etc. But using Facebook as a supplementary tool for teaching and learning, I don't think so. Very few teachers are involved in that. Now let's turn to the very first basic point in the presentation outline, which is what is Facebook. The purpose is not to tell you what Facebook is. You all know what Facebook is, and you all know what the basic features of Facebook are, and you all use them. But the purpose is to think about these features, to reconsider them, and think about them once again in terms of how they can be used as a means for supporting the learning and the teaching processes beyond the walls of the classroom. Facebook is a social networking. You all know that, okay? But this has a very important implication. It seems a long time that we have been struggling for enhancing and fostering the principles of the social learning theory. Now, this is a platform where students can exchange their own ideas, ask questions, get answers with or without the intervention of the teacher in a community-like environment. Framework for sharing information, and this is actually one of the 21st century skills that we need to develop in our students. It's sharing. Complex control of who can see what, and this is actually one of the very important features in Facebook. Why? Because it renders the Facebook platform like a classroom in terms of security. No one can see what you post except your own students, which is a great advantage. Very users have profiles with a picture and personal details as they wish, including limited profile, okay? It's based on networks, okay? And Facebook creates a news feed based on what your friends are doing. Okay? Now, these are some features of Facebook. As I said, it's not something new. You all know them. Okay? The wall, chatting, the chat, messages inbox, events, photos and videos, posted items, shared items, applications, file attachments, and groups and pages. Now, to friend or not to friend is the next question. Should we be friends with our students? And here I'm not talking about adult learners. I'm not talking about university students. I'm not talking about teacher trainees, but I'm more specifically talking about young learners, about high school students. Of course, some teachers would say yes, okay, but some teachers, and we all know that some teachers are already involved in that, okay, but some teachers would also say no, and because of very legitimate reasons that we all know, okay. But if it's done responsibly, I think that we should all be, or we should all become friends with our students. Why? First, you get to know them in a whole different light. You get to know your students in a whole different light, okay? Students, as I said, they share their own lives, this life, they share their hobbies, books, and all these information can be transferred into better teaching experiences in the classroom. Second, it creates an open and supportive environment. As I said previously, students can like, dislike, comment, ask questions, get answers with or without the intervention of the teacher, which makes them feel more and more comfortable. Then the next point is keep up with students years later. And this is a kind of lifelong teaching, okay? This is a kind of lifelong teaching where students can provide support, teachers can provide support to their students even after they leave their own classes. And this is actually the real meaning of teaching, and this is what we are all looking for. Now, the next point is Facebook and teaching. Personal and professional networking only differ in the content, not the tools. So all what we need is to use the same tools for addressing, pedagogical purposes, for enhancing the teaching and the learning processes. And if we do with the same level of creativity as we usually do for other personal purposes, believe me that we are going to make a big difference in students' personal and professional lives. Students today are digitally native. We are digital immigrants. I don't know to which category I belong. Anyway, there are some digital native teachers also, and there are some digital immigrants. There is a divide between the way teachers teach and the way learners learn, okay? And hence, teaching students the way they prefer and addressing different learning styles will certainly enhance learners' attainment and achievement. Here are some other advantages of Facebook teaching. Studies have shown that integrated reading, writing, speaking, and listening with two activities experience real-world communication and authentic interaction, expand language learning use and exposure, enhance correctness and involvement while promoting student autonomous learning. Technology-enhanced language learning also fosters an active learning style, interactivity, self-control, motivation, immediate feedback, the ability to learn diverse and practical knowledge. And students can be more active in interactive web environments. And they also get the shape of learning from and with their peers. And Facebook, again, is one of the best web tools that can be used in order to meet all these advantages. As I said, they can get corrected, reinforce, get reinforcement from their peers and their teachers, and all these make them feel a sense of accomplishment and achievement, okay? And this is what we are all aiming at in our education system. Now let's move to the practical side of the presentation, and I'm going to focus more specifically on Facebook groups. Okay? Facebook groups are online spaces where people can interact, share, and collaborate with others. And as I mentioned previously, these are some of the 21st century skills that both teachers and students need to be equipped with. And we really need to develop these skills in our students too. Interacting, sharing, and collaborating. You don't need to be friends to interact with them in Facebook groups, you all know that. Use Facebook groups to provide students with on-demand and mobile learning opportunities. These are again some features of Facebook groups. So you can upload a photo or a video that you would like your students to see, to watch. Events, you can use this feature especially when you have quizzes, exams, or homework assignments. Group Gmail, you can set up an email address for your group. Email sent to this address will go to all group members. Write posts, this allows you to ask quick questions and get quick answers. You can post a proverb and get students' responses, etc. As I said, these are not something new. All these features, we are all familiar with them. We all use them, but maybe with a different category of learners. So why not trying them with high school students too? This may create a big difference, and this may bring something new to the teaching experiences we are already exposed to in the classroom. The next point, communication and collaborating in Facebook groups. Cross-institution groups, so you can also use these groups to communicate with other groups and share both teaching and learning experiences. Subject-specific groups where students can collaborate and work with each other on creating specific content. Create events for specific conferences, meetings, etc. Then we have post and share videos and photos of interest, plan events for activities, discussions, etc. Here are some suggested activities in Facebook groups, okay? And by the way, some teachers are doing a great job in this sense. But they said with a different category of learning. For example, the vocab factory created by Mr. Mutai is a great group where we all share experiences, learn new vocabulary items, etc. So this is a good way, and it's very motivating when you see that a question, then a response, then you get immediate feedback, okay? Like, dislike. So these are very useful interactive tools. But actually, as I said previously, do we use them with high school students? I don't think so. Okay? So there are pre-class activities, okay, that can be used for preparing students for the coming class, okay, and they may include questions, discussions, short video, proverbs. These are kinds of warm-up activities, if you like, to prepare students before the class. Then we have while class or during class activities, okay, in cases where it's possible, teachers can also use Facebook within the classroom, okay, so as to have online discussions with other groups, with other students elsewhere, having discussions, etc. As I said, this may not be practical because of a number of reasons, but anyway, maybe in the coming years. Okay? Then you have post-class, okay, and these activities can be done so as to reinforce or to reinforce the learning objectives that have already been addressed in the classroom. But we can also include reflections, questions, etc., so as to evaluate or to assess, I mean, the teaching as well as the learning processes. Then we have extra activities, and these may include anything you may think about. Okay, and these could be listening, speaking, writing, or reading activities. The next activity is guess where or guess what. You can post a picture or of your own or from the web, and let your students comment on the picture, guessing what is in the picture, where was it taken, how old is it, etc. And it's always a good idea to use useful vocabulary to make the activity easier. Students comment on the picture using the useful vocabulary provided. I think, it seems, maybe, okay, perhaps, I'm sure, etc. So this is a good activity. The next activity can be listening or reading. For listening comprehension, as you all know, you may just post a short video or a podcast with a worksheet, and then all your students will answer and send the answers to you. The same thing can be done for reading comprehension. You may choose very short text, post them with activities or exercises, and you ask your students to answer. Okay, we may do this in groups, okay, individually, in peers, etc. The next activity is collective storytelling or picture narrating. You can post a set of related pictures and ask each student to write at least one paragraph, okay, following the order of the pictures. At the end, the story should be corrected, okay, and the student and the mistakes should be corrected. Then the whole story maybe can be presented to the whole class in the real environment, in the real classroom. The next activity post the difference or picture comparison. You may post a two almost similar pictures, and then you can ask your students to spot the difference, to guess what's the difference between the two pictures. This activity, for example, can be used for reviewing the vocabulary, that learners have already been exposed to in the classroom. The same thing can be done. For example, you can ask your students to write a paragraph where they can compare between, for example, Agadir and Marrakesh, mentioning the similarities, differences, etc. Collective writing. You can ask your students to cooperatively write about the city, a well-known personality, or topic they know. Give them details of what they should write in their project. Then if students write correct or modified text of the topic, just like in the Wikipedia. Now, before moving to the last part, I would like to mention just something which is very important regarding the assessment. Okay? Facebook provides very useful information that can be used for the assessment purposes as well. Okay? For example, you can just in your group you can just type your student's name under the picture search. Then you can have a kind of portfolio of your students, all what he has done during the whole year, okay? Including photos, pictures, videos, comments, writing, etc. This is really important. Okay? With time, with everything, and this can be shared with all the content parts, etc. Facebook also provides chances where students can assess their own learning, okay, self-assessment. It provides a chance for peer assessment too, okay, where students can assess, okay, and provide feedback to their peers, and then it provides also a chance that can be used for accountability purposes, okay, where the teacher himself or herself can assess his or her student. So this is a very brief point regarding the assessment part. Then things that educators should never do, okay, these are just, as I said, a reminder, okay, we all know these things, but actually should be involved in doing them. Okay. Share personal information that you wouldn't share in class. Don't discuss anything that is not educational related. Don't badmouth anyone. Don't have an unprofessional profile picture. Don't chat with students during non-office hours. Don't comment on students' non-school related posts. This is quite debatable, depending on the context where you are teaching. Then things that you should do: share presentations and notes with your students. Answer students' questions as they are working on homework. Okay? Give them feedback, encourage them. Then humanize yourself in the eyes of students. This is really a problem because, we should change not only the mentality of the teachers, but we should change the mentality of the students, the mentality of parents, the mentality of administrators. Okay? There are a lot of innovative ideas. You can try out them in the class. Sometimes you find that administrators themselves, okay, because there are different views, because people, have different backgrounds and so on. So some innovative ideas can be tried out, but pay attention, okay, you have always to take the context where you are teaching into consideration. Then share photos of what your students have done. This is really motivating. We are adult learners. When someone does, like your post, you search to see who is this person. So if we feel in this way, think about students, how are they going to see too, okay? find other teachers and exchange ideas and best practices, join other education groups, and actively participate on them. Okay? That's all for today. Finally, I hope that teachers who are already involved, I know that some are already involved in that, in using Facebook as supplementary teaching and learning tools, I hope that you would share their own experiences with us in this discussion part. Thank you very much.
Thank you.